Welcome. Thank you for showing up early here at the World Wide Wicket company. This is the interview for the mid-level assistant associate production agent manager position. We do appreciate your punctuality, and punctuality is a trait that we look for in all of our employees here at the World Wide Wicket company. Did you have any difficulty finding the place? Yes, we did actually recently change our signage to make it a little bit more visible. Thank you for noticing. Did you want any water or coffee before we get started today? No problem. I'm happy to hear that you are well caffeinated. Totally understand. A lot of our employees here live off of coffee, so that's a normal thing. Now, before we proceed, do you have any concerns with this interview being recorded for posterity and future hiring decisions? You do need to sign here to verify your consent to being recorded purely for internal and business purposes only. Nothing in this interview can be used externally for promotional purposes without your permission and would require another signature for that to occur. Let me get a pen for you. All right. Yes, I will be typing down notes and information as well, but lately in the process of going paperless, and for more comprehensive data purposes, we have been recording our interview. So before going forward, do you consent verbally to having this interview recorded? Thank you. All right, I'll just put that over here. Now, we do have an extensive interview process here at the World Wide Wicket company. It normally consists of 2 to 3 interviews here, and the interview process today should not take more than 30 minutes. Do you have any concerns with that time frame? This is an open interview, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask any and all questions relating to this position, of course. I'm going to start off with a little bit of background information about the company. Here at the World Wide Wicket company, we pride ourselves as being the industry-leading brand of wickets. From manufacturing, distribution, promotion, operations management, and even including research and development, there is no other company that has such a comprehensive process of providing the best wickets, and we are the only company that have full vertical and horizontal business practices to best capitalize upon our reputation and brand when it comes to corporate efficacy and the environmental impact of wicket production. As I'm sure you are aware, we are trying to hire and fill this mid-level assistant associate production agent manager position. Now, we will be going over primarily behavioral and personality-based questions in this interview. This is due to our diverse and specific nature of our company culture. We truly want to find someone with the compatible business aptitude and mindful approach that can really help endorse and promote the spirit of our corporate structure, and that we want to have reciprocated and replicated among all of our employees here at the World Wide Wicket company. There are no right or wrong answers to your questions. Well, okay, there are not a lot of wrong answers to these questions, but what we really want is to get to know you and the many attributes and characteristics that you have, that you would bring into our environment and this company to make sure that you can thrive and grow within the structure of this company. Now, at the end of the interview, if you wouldn't mind filling out a quick survey and leaving a comment after this interview, we are in the process of updating our interview processes, and anything you think could be helpful or beneficial would be appreciated. It's amazing how many people just leave and never give us any feedback on the interview process. The comments are completely anonymous and will have no impact on you obtaining the position here at the World Wide Wicket company. It is entirely just to help us when doing these interviews to make them better for everyone. So to find the right person for this job, we are very particular in the individual that we're looking for. So we have a lot of questions to get through, and as I mentioned, we try to do all of this within 30 minutes. So let me just check a few things and make sure we keep running on time. Let's get started. What interests you about this position here at the World Wide Wicket company? Okay, let me back up. What about World Wide Wicket company makes you want to work here? I understand the pay is very competitive and it's a great salary for yes, it's a mid-level assistant associate production agent manager position, and I get that you want to work here because it will help pay for college, but besides the pay, is there anything else that you're really excited to do here, that you're passionate about? I understand. Yes, it could work with your work schedule. I haven't really gotten to the schedule elements of this job yet, but let's talk about more about what you want to do. What is your dreams and your goals, and what you want to pursue? What does your ideal job look like? Okay, those are all very generic things. You want something that is that you feel good doing, that provides you energy and purpose, something that provides you enough financial stability and a foundation for you to have a family and support your family and even help your parents retire. All great goals, all great things, but nothing exactly specific or practical of what you want to do. Or how your skill set best fits into that. Can you sort of tell me a bit more of how you see your personal skill set benefiting and working together within a company? Okay, again, not hearing a lot about you and what you can do and bring and what you really enjoy doing. Let me take a step back and talk about your hobbies. I know you didn't put any of them on your resume, and that's a good thing. A lot of the time when you put hobbies on resume, the interviewer will just glance over it. But right now, I really want to get to know something, anything really about you and what you are passionate about. All right, so your passion. Tell me what you could talk about for hours, and your hobbies, your interests. Okay, so I understand. It's a very popular app, but TikTok is not a hobby. I don't. It doesn't matter what niche you're into. Just scrolling on TikTok isn't something you do. It's sort of a passive consuming thing. Do you, when you say that you're really passionate about TikTok, do you make TikToks? If so, tell me sort of about what you make. You don't make TikToks, okay? And you're really passionate about your studies. I see that you have a 3.98 GPA. That's awesome, especially since you've been in college for yeah, I'm looking at that here. 14 years. You've been in college for 14 years. No, everyone has their own timeline. I mean, it took me a long time to graduate. I'm not one to judge on someone's pursuit of education. I know a lot of people who end up pursuing one major and then changing it. But 14 years is a long time, and it seems like you haven't graduated at all. It looks like you're not going to a law school or going for a medical degree. What are you pursuing in college? I understand supporting the local college and everything. That's great. It's great to support college and pursue education and obtain new skills and information and everything. What's your major? I understand being flexible and open to new things and having that fluidity in where you're going, and that's great. Great to be adaptable and go with the flow and open to new perspectives and opportunities. What exactly are you majoring in or specifying in your classes for advancement? I do notice that you have multiple certificates. It looks like you have 18 different certificates that you've completed these classes and have acquired those certificates, but none of them are exactly a major with a graduating degree. Yes, I see that you have a communication certificate, a basic business certificate, a retail business certificate, a language expertise certificate. I don't quite know what that means. It means that you've learned 2 different language. Well, why not just have French and Spanish certificates? Why is it just a language expert? Never mind. So yeah, you have lots of certificates. Excellent. Great. Fantastic. Where do you see these going or leading you to or pursuing you in the direction of where? What? I'm a little confused by that, but that's okay. So are you saying that you're still just undecided? No, that's fine. Everyone moves at their own pace. Everyone has their own direction and path, and I get that. But usually, I can understand being in college a long time and changing majors. But are you saying you haven't had a single major in all this time? I get that. I think I understand, but I really love a little bit more specification and specificity of what you're pursuing towards or why you're still in college. What are you really hoping to obtain and grow from this? I am looking for a growth mindset of sorts, yes. Maybe I'm asking the wrong questions somehow. Instead of a major or a goal or a pursuit or where you see yourself in 5, 10, or 14 years, maybe it's a bit more of what has been the most enjoyable part of college and that you've learned and have used to grow from. So have you thought about being a philosophy major then? Okay. You've spent so much time in education, and it looks like you've been a teacher's aide for multiple years. Okay, not exactly a teacher's aide, but close to it. Right. Yeah, and you've done tutoring, and you've worked as a custodian and in the library. You've had multiple jobs with the college and have developed a reputation as being a hard worker, scholastic. Yes, summa cum laude. Yeah, all that. That's great. You can't get summa cum laude though until you graduate. You can't graduate without a major. But yes, right. You're honor student. You've finished. It looks like multiple honor programs. I don't exactly know how you do that without graduating. Okay, so you've been there long enough for that one honor program ended and they started a new one. Right, and you've gone multiple, countless, looks like scholarships. We do recommend that you keep your resume to one page, especially with the limited work history that you have. Having the extra 3 pages of awards and certificates, it's really didn't help your resume. Also, the letters of recommendation. Maybe stick to your best 2 instead of 35. We didn't need 35 letters of recommendation. Right. No, I understand. A variety of different people and different places, and most of which being the college that you've attended for 14 years. But we didn't need that many. Maybe just think about quality over quantity. Maybe. Okay. Who am I to say? I'm just a hiring manager here at the World Wide Wicket company that you've applied for a position for. I'm just trying to give you some interview advice. Have you gone to your job board at the college that you've attended for 14 years? Right, and their advice was... So how are you at taking advice and opinions when you're provided with information? Or when you ask a question, how are you about taking constructive feedback? All right. How do you like to learn best? You've been in college for over 14 years. You've learned a lot, especially about psychology and philosophy, and you really loved those classes, but just felt that that wasn't a career you wanted to go into. And similarly, you didn't want to go into teaching. So you have lots of knowledge, lots of skills, and expertise in a lot of things, a lot of book knowledge. And how do you feel that you learn best? What is your learning style? That's it, just hands-on. Okay. Anything else you, after being so in education and learning for so long, how do you best learn, retain information, and even teach and instruct and tutor? You've been tutoring for multiple years. Tell me more about that. Okay. Do you want to elaborate any more on that? See, that's the kind of excitement and energy I was looking for. Okay, keep going. Keep telling me more. Now, does that change with what kind of study it is, or would you say that's a universal principle of learning? So why should we not hire you? Okay, so just to follow up on that, with you understand that 25 units on a quarter system is a lot, right? Now, I understand you've been doing it for years and you know how to manage it and manage your time. And you gave me a great explanation about the time management thing. I understand. But 25 units is more than full time. It's almost double time. 16 units is like standard full time. That's a full time job in college. And the fact that you can do that and maintain your 3.98 GPA, astounding, amazing, fantastic. I'm a little concerned about the time management between that and a full-time job here at the World Wide Wicket company. I'm kind of puzzled why you'd even want to pursue a full-time job here when taking 25 units in a quarter system. And it seems like you've been doing this consistently while working part-time at the college. And I dread asking, are you planning on quitting your part-time job at the college? Okay, this is not a night position. This is during the day. And I'm positive you can't be taking 25 units all at night. So some of those units are going to be during the day, correct? Okay, online, I get that. So you can sort of make your own hours, right? Okay. But how are you going to make enough hours to do well in your classes and do well with your part-time job on campus and work here? Time management can only go so far. I don't know. You tell me. So do you have any questions for me? No, I didn't actually get. I got my college degree and then I applied here and I've worked here for multiple years and now I am the hiring manager. That's the normal way. Yes, it did take me 6 years to get a 4-year college degree, but I took a slow path and now here I am. But as I mentioned, everyone has their own timing and methods of excelling in their career goals. Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 3 steps back kind of thing. Everyone has their own journey and mission, and it's not cookie cutter. We are really looking for someone who will really grow within the company and stay in the company and really maintain that company culture here. We're not looking for someone who will job hop around, and we do love your consistency to be in one college for 14 years. That's fantastic. That is kind of what we're looking for here at the World Wide Wicket company. As you mentioned in the why we should not hire you, our concern being that you seem to have a lot of devotion and investment in your college, and I feel we would be just an added class, essentially, versus your main pursuit, passion, and commitment. Now, I understand no one's job should be their entire life. Same as your school shouldn't be your entire life. There's balance. I get that. What I'm not seeing is a lot of balance in your life. Yes, I know that was a question for me, but it was just a comment, really. Do you have any other questions for me? Well, then, thank you so much for interviewing with us here today at the World Wide Wicket Company. You should hear back from us in a couple of days. As I mentioned, we have many candidates that are interviewing for this position. You'll either receive an email from me or a phone call. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to send me an email. I know that feeling that as soon as the interview is over and you get home and you think, oh no, I should have asked him such and such. If you have any questions, just email. I'm happy to answer at any time. You also please leave a comment and fill out that quick survey, possibly as you leave. Yeah, and thank you so much. Check your inbox and have your phone ready. You'll get either an email or a phone call in a couple of days. Thank you again, and have a great week. And if you don't hear back from us, or after you hear back from us, have a great quarter.